Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Emily who lived in a small house in the countryside with her parents. The house was old and small, but it was cozy and warm. Emily loved her home very much, and she was always happy to come back to it after a long day at school. One day, Emily's parents decided that they needed to renovate the house. They wanted to make it bigger and more comfortable for their family. Emily was excited about the idea of having a bigger home, but she was also a little worried about the changes that would come with it. The renovation work started, and Emily's house was soon filled with noise and dust. The workers were always coming and going, and Emily's parents were always busy supervising the work. Emily felt a little lost in the chaos, and she missed the quiet and peaceful atmosphere of her old home. But as the days went by, Emily started to see the changes taking shape. The house was getting bigger, and new rooms were being added. Emily's parents had also decided to add a garden to the house, and Emily was thrilled about the idea of having her own little patch of green. Finally, the renovation work was complete, and Emily's family moved back into their new home. Emily was amazed by the changes. The house was now bigger and more beautiful than ever before. The garden was also flourishing, and Emily loved spending time there, watching the flowers bloom and the birds fly by. Emily realized that even though her home had changed, it was still her home. It was still the place where she felt safe and loved. And even though the renovation had been a little chaotic, it had been worth it in the end. From that day on, Emily loved her home even more. She loved the new rooms and the garden, but most of all, she loved the memories that she had created there with her family. And she knew that no matter what changes came her way, her home would always be her sanctuary.